Okay, so let's stand it up and move it to the center of your mat. And I'm going to just take a second here to roll my thumbs in, roll the thumbs out. So that's your pulgares. You're rolling in at the head of the shoulder and then rolling out. Good. And try that a couple of times. And then from there, make a few circles through your wrists, sort of letting that extend out into the fingers. Círculos con las muñecas. Good, and we'll take it the other way. Vamos a hacer círculos otra dirección. Good, and then we'll let the palms come to face up. Let the fingertips find your shoulders here. And then just a few times we'll roll the shoulders. Feel the humerus bone moving in the shoulder socket. Good, and then from there, let's inhale and take your arms up and find a nice little back bend. So the thumbs reach back, your pulgares atrás. Good. And then from there, we'll clasp our two hands, interlace the fingers, move the hands behind the head, get a deep stretch to your back. Good. And then from there, I'm going to exhale, sweep the arms forward, let my thighs move back, and come right back up. So try that a few times. Feel your belly connect, pull in, and exhale, lift and open. So bajando. Good. And again, as you're here, watch your navel support a long spine so you keep the belly muscles pulling toward you. Good. And then let's reverse that direction. So the arms. Good. And I'm just finding it feels nice to kind of let the arms cross in front of me. One arm and then the other in front as I come down. Good. And now let's pause. Take the hands to the two thighs, but rest them lightly here. Inhale, stretch, reach the sternum up. Feel the weight move evenly through your feet. And then exhale. Let the head come down. Feel the back of the neck. Stretch, stretch, stretch. So inspirar, inhale up. Expirar, exhale down. Inspirar arriba, inhale up. Expirar abajo, exhale down. Let's try that two more times. Inhale up and exhale down. Good. This time, inhale, find a long spine and reach just one arm. I'm taking my right arm, my brazo atrás. Good. Look up at that thumb, mirando en el pulgar. Sweep that hand, bring it down. Now reach the left arm atrás, reach it back, and then take your gaze up to your thumb. Vista tu pulgar. Good. Inhale, stack it all the way back up. And now begin shifting the weight a little bit through your 2 feet. So it's a small little movement. Feel the inner thigh and outer hip on each leg. Wake up as you take weight. So vamos a animar aquí estos músculos para apoyar el peso del cuerpo. So then let's just step one foot up and down, other foot up. So remember, you really push down through your supporting foot and let the opposite foot just float up. And small, small, small to begin. Para empezar. So now let's pause with the right foot anchored into the floor, and then we'll do a few little circles with your tobillo izquierdo and take that the other way. Good. Exhale, set it down, 2, 3. And then we'll pick up the opposite foot. Same thing, haciendo círculos, make circles. Good, with steady hips and then circling around the other way. Good. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, sweep, take your 2 arms up. Reach towards one side, let the neck release. Inhale, palms connect. Exhale, reach to the other side and let the neck release. Try this just a few times. So the head follows the arm. La cabeza sigue el brazo. La cabeza sigue el brazo. The head follows the arm. And hopefully you feel a little stretch between the neck and the shoulder. Good. So now we're going to pause, two palms up, and we'll take opposite elbow to thigh. So you're arriba, arriba, and then exhale, twist to the side. Nos estiramos arriba, we stretch ourselves up, and now giramos abajo, we twist and lower. Inhale, big long stretch. Exhale, find that weight shifting, shifting. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, changing directions. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. So now we're going to come. I'm going to leave my left elbow, my codo izquierdo, on my right thigh. And then I'm going to just play with lifting my left heel a few times from the floor. Inhale, sweep, bring your weight up. And exhale, girando otra dirección. You're twisting the other way. Make sure your two knees are parallel and your twist is in your back. And here you can take your right heel, your talón derecho, arriba y abajo del piso. Good. Inhale, sweep. Take the two arms up now. Now bring the hands to your espalda baja. Clasp the palms back behind you. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, a long forward bend. So ahora vamos a sentir la cabeza con la cabeza. So you're going to just nod your head. And then negar con la cabeza. And that's to just shake your head. So feel the neck freeing up from the chest, from the shoulders. And then exhale. Stack it nice and tall. Step your feet wide. And again, we're going to play with taking the weight into the feet. Notice maybe a little more work with your feet más anchos. A little bit more work here. Feel yourself press up from the floor and then guide the foot back down. Good. So staying light with your movement. If it feels nice to add a lift of the arms, you can. Again, keeping the belly, connecting the ribs and the hips, las costillas y la cadera. Good. Supporting the low back. Good. And now from here, let's pause with your two legs un poco más ancho. And we'll stretch, reach your thumbs back. And then round the spine a little bit as you come forward, making space in the shoulder blades. Vamos a estirar arriba. Let's stretch up. And then exhale down. Inspirando arriba, rolling the thumbs back behind you. Exhaling over. Inspirar arriba. And expirar abajo. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then keep the hips steady. And then we're going to rotate through your rib cage and lower down. So you'll exhale, stretch, and remember that fold in the body comes from steady hips. So if it helps you to kind of visualize, vamos a visualizar la cadera, your hips not moving, and just really create movement through the ribs. Good. And from here, let's float up and stretch the whole body down towards one side, letting the back release. Relajando. Y arriba. And then stretch, reach all the way over. And arriba. Good. Let's take that one more time, each direction. Really allowing the back to let go. Good. And vamos a hacerlo otra dirección. Good. So now open the two arms. And then let's bend the two knees, take the hands to the floor, and just lightly shift the weight side to side through the legs. Vamos a cambiar donde estamos aguantando el peso. So we'll just change where we're holding the weight of the body from one foot to the other. Good. And now a little pause. The right arm can come up. Now reach the hips open and back. Good. Release that arm down and stretch the opposite arm. First back and then up. Good. We'll sweep that arm right back down and again push the weight of the body into the feet. And then let's turn to face your right leg. So the hips now moving that direction also. So bend the front knee, feel the knee come right over the heel, and then take some weight in the back leg. So just take this little movement through the knee a few times. So little knee therapy. 2, and we'll do it one more time. Now hold down here, lift the heel, bend the knee. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Now lift the ball of the foot. Take 3 smaller, little bend. 2 and 1. Now hold the weight of the body there. Roll to the ball, roll to the heel, roll to the ball, roll to the heel. Good. Pause now with the weight anchored in the 2 feet. Stretch, reach the arms up. Good. Exhale, opposite elbow to thigh and arms up. Opposite elbow to thigh, arms up. Codo apuesto a tu muslo. Y ahora arriba. One more, last time. Good. And arriba. Keeping the arms up, let's just pivot through the feet and find ourselves now moving towards the opposite leg. Get a good wide stance between your 2 feet. And then we're going to bend. Vamos a doblar y estirar la rodilla izquierda. So you're going to bend and straighten your left knee. Remember, the knee bend stops over the heel. You push back from the heel. Good. So now try this. We're going to just lift the foot, bend and straighten. Same thing, the knee stops. So we're lifting the heel, but the knee stops over the heel, and then you push back. 2 and 1. Good. Now the heel comes down, ball of the foot, planta del pie arriba, y vamos a doblar y estirar la rodilla. Good. And now from here, pause, roll ball to heel through the foot, ball to heel. Good. Just waking up that neural connection from head to toe. Beautiful. Now pause with the knee bent, la rodilla sobre el talón, brazos arriba, and then opposite elbow to thigh, codo apuesto a tu muslo. Good. Reach the thighs back y estiramos arriba. Reach your thighs and hips back, and then exhale, stretching up. Reach the thighs back. Exhale, stretch up one more time, reaching back. And now sweep 2 arms up, take your gaze up. Exhale, let's pivot back to the center. This time the right toes turn out. So I'm going to spread, look out at my foot, spread the toes, lift the arch. And now bend the knee, and again, catch the knee. Vamos a parar la rodilla sobre el talón. So you're going to pause the knee right over your heel. Good. And just again, waking up those sensations. And now we're going to lift the heel as we bend and straighten. Good. Again, the knee stops. And now the heel comes down, ball of the foot, small little movement. Good. Now set the weight down, 2 arms out, elbow to your muslo, codo to your muslo, and then your backhand to la pierna recta. Good. And just try that time or 2 more. Waking up the body, head to toe. Good. And then from here, let's just pause with this top arm down for a moment. Try a few, with your brazo derecho abajo. And now hacemos circulitos. You'll make little circles with your brazo encima. Good. And then let's follow that arm right back up. Cambiamos la posición. Y los pies will change the position of the feet. First, begin with a basic doblando, estirando la rodilla. Good. So always with each joint, sort of going through the body, we're going to get a little blood flow, circulation, get them holding weight, create a little sturdiness, estabilidad por cada articulación del cuerpo. So we're trying to find and build sturdiness, stability in each joint in the body. So now pause, lift the heel, doblamos, estiramos the rodilla, your knee, good, arriba y abajo, y ahora atrás. Now we'll set the talón abajo and you'll lift the ball of the foot, doblamos, estiramos, good. Beautiful. So now from here, setting that foot down, reaching your arms up, codo a tu muslo, and then estiramos atrás. Then you'll reach back. Good. Codo a tu muslo, elbow to the thigh, then alcanzando atrás. Long stretch through your side. Codo. Y ahora abajo. Codo. Y ahora abajo. Good. Codo. Y ahora estirando atrás, atrás. So now pause with this codo abajo, and then let the top arm circle out. Good. And then exhale, let it circle the other way. Again, you can let the head melt down and get a little space. Stretch the trapezius. Good. Inhale, follow that arm, bring it up. Exhale, turn the feet in. Step your left foot to the right, and then I'm going to turn so that my right side here is facing in. So I'm going to let the arms come up, drop and pull my tailbone down. Feel the gluteal group hugging the hips and the hamstrings, lifting the femur bone. Good. Quadriceps lifting the femur bones, holding them up. From here, let's exhale, extend the spine forward, reach the arms back. So you've got a long spine. Good. And try to avoid this rounding in the middle back. Pull, in fact, right there at the base of the shoulder blades, pull down to lift the head up. Good. Let the arms now float in front of the shoulders and be soft a couple times here. And exhale, let them circle the other way, just loosening. Inhale, now bend the knees slowly and melt the head down. And then once again, shake it now. Vamos a negar con la cabeza a fundir. And now nod. Good. So from that nod, inhale, look up. And then slowly begin to walk some weight into your hands. Right, left, right. Good. From here, I'm going to push, reach back up, and inhale, take my right leg in the air. Bend the knee, lift it slightly, and then exhale, place my right foot behind my right hand. So mi pie derecho detrás de la mano derecha, and then you'll pull that right heel, your left heel, your talón izquierdo into the floor. Slowly, 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 slowly lift from the floor. Find warrior one. So let's really let our backs arch. Good. As you take weight in your front foot and your back foot, entre los dos piecitos. Good. Beautiful. So now I'm going to take my spine, stretch it forward, lengthen my bottom knee, lengthen both knees, las dos. Good. And then from here, take my left hand down and let the top arm rise up, Parivrita Trikonasana. Good. So letting your arms split center through the shoulder girdle and your legs through the hips, through the pelvis. You really got to work on reaching that left thigh bone back or right thigh back. El muslo derecho atrás. Let's bend the knee. And now take the top arm over your ear. A big long stretch. Good. Now we'll take the top hand down.
And exhale, lift the back leg up. So again, try to split center across your pelvis, those two legs. So these hamstrings really working on both legs to hold the legs up in space. Now you can set the back foot on the floor, el pie atrás en el piso, or keep it lifted and come to standing.
Good. So then just rock the weight in the body as we turn it around, and we'll try that same sequence here, moving the opposite direction across the mat. So this is mi lado izquierdo. So now brazos arriba, arms up, gaze up, la vista también arriba, and feel length through the belly, length through the back. And then let's pull that length forward, so extend the sternum out as you reach your tailbone up. Remember, we're going to try to not round the upper back, but keep it lengthening, weight in the feet. Beautiful. Arms out, let them dangle here. And then from there, you're going to slowly bend the knees, let the fingertips come to the floor,
melt the head over. Vamos a negar con la cabeza y a tuntir. Good. And then from that nodding from el asunto,
you're going to look up and exhale, begin to walk weight out into your hands, derecha, izquierda, derecha. And from here, lift the hips up high, pushing back, so get a real down dog. Extending.
Every which way vamos a extender. Another left leg comes up.
Doblamos la rodilla. We bend the knee, lift the heel, and then exhale.
Vamos a colocar el pie detrás de la mano. So you place the foot behind the hand, back toes and heel anchor into the floor.
Subimos. Good. And really, let's find a beautiful back bend here. So let the spine melt into an arch, arqueando la columna. Good. And then exhale, giramos. So I'm going to take opposite hand, let it come underneath me, mi brazo, and then that hand of my front leg, la pierna adelante. I'm going to roll the hip back, twist, girando. Good. So now let the front knee bend and the top arm travels up. You can slide that back heel out un poquitito. So really splitting center. And then exhale, bring your two hands down in front of, adelante del pie, and then lift the back leg up. And we're going to spend just a few breaths engaging the hips and hamstrings, really trying to find height and length. Good. And then you can take this right foot down or gather the weight in your left foot and find standing. Good. Rocking that weight out once again. Good. Maybe circling through your wrists as your weight shifts. Taking the arms up, stretching the body side to side. Just shake out some of that. Good. And then from here, we're going to try moving back and doing an external hip sequence. So bring your arms up once again. You can make a little triangle with your índices y pulgares. You can make a triangle with your index fingers and your thumbs. Good. This time, let the hands move behind the head. Let the neck freely float back. Good. Exhale. Now find a little Utkatasana, moving the thighs back, extend the arms behind you. Feel your triceps, los tríceps, los brazos atrás. Good. Now we'll place the palms underneath the shoulders. Step back right, step back left. Good. You can lower the knees if you like. Let the elbows move in slightly. Extend the sternum. And exhale, reach the weight of the body back.
Y ahora la pierna derecha.
So now you lift the right leg and create a little space in your calf. So you reach both heels in opposition to each other. Bend the knee, lift it.
Exhale, vamos a colocar el pie detrás de la mano. So you place the foot behind the hand.
Then with your left arm, spiral up. Aquí, warrior 2. Take a second, vamos a rolar los hombros. So just roll the shoulders. And from here, let the neck just release a time or two each direction. Good. Inhale, bending your front knee. And now exhale this same hand, same leg. You're going to reach down to your ankle. Top arm over the ear. The hips and pelvis can lower it to take you more deeply into the pose. And top hand to your hip. Stretch, reach your sitting bone back here. Reach it back to lengthen the leg. Para extender la pierna. Now we're up. Take your gaze up to your pulgar. Gaze to the thumb. And back. Good. Now we'll bring your top hand. Esta mano a la cadera. Doblamos las rodillas, bend the 2 knees, step the back foot in 1 foot, walk your right hand out 1 foot, taking weight. And again, feel the heel. Connect to the sitting bone, so on both legs. Heel, isquillón, a talón. Top arm reaches up. Good. Now exhale, set that back leg down. Push through your front foot. Step your right foot to the left. Take it to the other side of the mat. We'll do that sequence here. So once again, just free your joints. Moviendo la cabeza y los hombros, freeing your shoulders and your codos, your elbows, muñecas, dedos, rodillas, tobillos. So freeing all the joints in the body for just a moment. And from here, we'll take your dos brazos arriba, 2 arms up. Good. And discover, fine. Vamos a encontrar un back bend. La columna flexionada. Good. And then exhale, move the sitting bones back. Take your arms back also. Long spine, triceps engaged. Muy bien, vamos a bajar, lower your head. You can place the palms on the floor and then stepping back with your left leg, stepping back with your right leg. Stay for a moment in a plank or bend the knees, doblando las rodillas, pull the elbows to the sides of you. Inhale, lift the sternum and exhale, rise up. Good. So then from here, the left leg lifts. Doblamos la rodilla, bend the knee, lift it a hair higher, keeping the hips steady as you lift. Y vamos a colocar el pie detrás de la mano. So you place the foot behind your hand, spiral up. Y aquí arriba. And once again, just free the shoulders. And stretch the neck. Good. Roll the thumb. Try to loosen up as you go. Good. So now bending that knee just a little bit deeper. We'll take same hand, este muslo, y vamos a bajar. You're going to lower, down, down, down. Keep bending the knee, descending the pelvis, top arm over your ear. Good. And then exhale. So I've got my top hand back to the hip. Reach this sitting bone underneath you. So both legs are lengthening. Trikonasana. Good. Puedes mirar en el pulgar arriba. Miramos allá. So looking up there at your top thumb. Y ahora abajo.
Muy bien. Y ahora you can vamos a colocar este mano aquí. So put the hand at the hip, bend the two knees, walk the back foot in, and then your left hand, your mano izquierda se anda afuera. So walk that hand out. And then lift inner thigh, outer hip on both legs. That's what's apoyándote aquí. So that's what's supporting you here. Inner thigh, outer hip. Good. Exhale, lowering that leg. Now pushing through both feet to stand up and bring our weight back to the center of the mat. Once again, I'll just invite you to check in, to loosen, to release where we might have found a little tension, shaking out arms, feet, los piecitos. Good. Tailbones, hips, etc. Let's try a couple of, let me see where we're on time. Oh, great. Okay, let's try a couple slow motion kind of working on balance. So we'll begin with I'm going to take my left foot, this is this one, across my right foot. And then look down at your 10 toes. Try to spread the 10 toes out. And wherever it is your legs are making contact, pull the legs in and up. So you feel a hugging of the bones. Up, 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 up. Good. I'm just feeling that neural pathway. What do we do when we're crossed? Good. And then from here, take your left arm, actually let's do your right arm, over the left, and then push those arms up in the air and push them into one another. So all the arms and legs, brazos, piernas, hugging center. Good. Okay. So now let's try this. You're going to take that same cross behind your back. So they're reaching the other way, and you're not hooking with the fingers, you're hooked at the muñecas, your wrists. And then from here, take a forward bend, look at your 10 toes, spread the 10 toes out. Feel that, your feet taking your weight. Inhale, let's come all the way back up. And then last little thing, lift your left foot half an inch from the floor. Set it down. Lift your right foot half an inch from the floor. Set it down. And then let that foot come across you. Let the arms float in front, and we'll try all of that on the other side for a minute. So hooking here at the wrists. So got my left over my right. And then first thing, spread the toes out. Vamos a untar los dedos del pie mientras apretando muy fuerte los muslos. So you're going to spread the toes out as you pull deep and up through the thighs. Good. And then estiramos brazos adelante. So now take the arms up. The arms come up, the costillas, the ribs pull down and in. And so just feel yourself finding equilibrio, finding balance here. You would reach your gaze up a hair. Good. Exhale, moving back through your center. So now change the cross. Left is still in front. I'm sorry, your arms are behind your back, detrás de la espalda baja, but your cross is still the left arm in front. So then desde aquí, apretando las piernas, so really hugging your legs. Lower your head, bajamos la cabeza. And then we're gonna lift all of that right back up. Good. So now for just a moment, lift the right foot. 3, 2, 1, set it down. Vamos a subir, lift the left foot, el pie izquierdo. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now exhale, release arms, release legs. And again, float all of that out. Good. Kind of sweep through the arms and release. Okay. So last little standing pose for balance, we'll try Guru Dasana. So just this deeper
than what we just did. So soften the knees. Take your left foot across your body. So when the foot comes across, you want to pull the hip bone back. And then bend the knee and hook the foot around the leg as much as you can. So now you'll take your right arm over the left. Breathe just a few times. Now see if we can get out the way we came. So unhook, 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 and then relax. So lightly through the feet, picking up the joints. And we'll try that on the other side. Vamos a hacer otro lado. So now softening the knees con rodillas suaves. I'm going to take my right foot across to my left. And then from there, remember, so the foot's reaching across, but the hip bone's pulling back. So your hips stay equilibrada. Good. And then from there, you can just stay there, pick up the foot, hook it around the shin. And then it will be your brazo izquierdo, your left arm on top. As we hook the arms, just taking a couple breaths, put the foot down if you lose your balance. Try to gain your balance and come back. Good. Exhale, set it down. Unhook the foot. Unhook the arms. And then just lightly let the body sway. Beautiful. Okay, so let's move it down now. And I'm going to put my blanket here in the center of the mat. And I'm going to walk my hands out, just sort of slightly out from my shoulders, and find a cat-cow. So just to begin here, watch the relationship between the head and the tail, particularly as you extend and arch. Just feel space being made. Good. Let's try that one more time. Arching under. Beautiful. So now let the forearms come down to the floor. And that's just all we're doing right this moment. So I'm going to make sure my whole arm is on the blanket there. Todo mi antebrazo está aquí en la manta. And you can interlace your fingers, pull the fingers together and pull the elbows just under your shoulders. Now I want you to pull the head away from your arms and lift the elbows just half an inch. So you feel some strength being made in your arms before you do any lifting. Good. Exhale, we'll set that down. Cabeza abajo, take the head down. And then I'm going to turn my 10 toes under. And then think about pushing my forearms into the floor as I lift my hips and thighs. Walk my weight just a little bit back. Bend one knee. Bend the other knee. Perhaps bring the feet together. And then if you start to feel steady, lift the hips up. And think about that stuff we did standing, hugging the thighs together, sending the heels to the sky. And now you can reach your heels forward and your tailbone slightly back. Bend the two knees, take weight into the feet, and then hanging here, colgando de la cadera, hang from the hips for a moment, and vamos a relajar, really release. The neck and upper back. So now you can walk your fingertips out. And I'm going to move my right sitting bone towards my left hand and pivot over, and voila. So now I'm ready to do just a little bit of sitting poses and some work on my core. So inhale, stretch, arms up. And exhale, pull the palms for a moment under your shoulders. So you'll press and lengthen the spine. And again, check in with your neck if you've practiced a headstand. Make sure you feel release here as the thigh bones move down. Arms up. And then exhale, fold from the waist.
desde la cadera, and then you can bring the arms forward and take a Paschimottanasana. Good. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Let's bend at your left knee and bring that in towards your body. And then exhale, turn to the right and hug the leg. Vamos a abrazar. Good. So if you can, you've got your hands connected. They don't have to be. Inhale, sitting up. Now exhale, reach your opposite leg just up in the air. Give this a few breaths. Good. Now bend the knee, set it down next to the opposite foot, stretching out. Very nice. Come stretch towards this leg. Good. Pulling back with your arms. Good. Now, if it feels nice, you can wrap the arms around your bent leg, alrededor la pierna doblada. Allow the span to go away. All right. And then from there, let's sit it up and extend the opposite leg. Good. Now we're going to bend both knees. Let the soles of the feet pull together and let your sternum move forward. Good. Inhale, bring the palms together also as you sit up. Squeeze the knees, and now two legs extend. Slowly lower the legs down. Once again, sitting tall, another Paschimottanasana. Releasing the low back, adelante. Inhale, find the weight moving up, so torso moving up, thighs moving down. And then we'll press some weight into the feet as you lift. Bend the knees. Slide your torso in front of the blanket, arms out. Exhale, lift the legs. Now you can take your hands to the legs, or vamos a bajar muy despacio. So you lower very slowly to the floor. Let the head come over your blanket so your shoulders, your hombros are on your manta, but not your cabeza. And from here, I want to see, can you press the arm bones down? Slowly set the feet into the floor. Push and lift the hips and feel the shoulder blades to press even more. Pull more together. Lifting the pelvis. Exhale, lowering the pelvis down. Draw your knees right over your chest. Extend heels to the sky. Press down and lift up. So now you can let the toes float over you. Now, if it feels good, walk the shoulder blades together. And you should feel that the neck is not on the floor. Upper back isn't on the floor. You've pressed down with your hands so much. You're on the shoulder blades, shoulders, and cabeza. So now hands to the hips. And you can bend the knees and bring your knees right over the hips. And then vamos a extender. Try to extend the legs up and walk your hands to the base of the rib cage. So you don't want your hands pressing on your organic body, but your bones, that's fine. So hands at the base of the ribs or on the hips. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly feel the navel connected. The arms can release, the legs float down, and then the pelvis. That pelvis slowly descends to the mat. Let's push your elbows into the floor and lift and stretch your neck and throat. Good, you could lift the legs and the arms if you wanted. And then bend the knees. Let the arms float down. And then exhale, release that to the floor. So then you could repeat the Setu Bandha Sarvangasana back bend, or you could try an Urdhva bringing the arms up, palms underneath your shoulders. Push through the feet, push through the hands, lift and stretch. Good, and then the top of the head comes down, the pelvis moves to the floor. Take your left leg over your right and create a little twist. Gaze can move to the left. Vista a la izquierda. Lifting the legs, subiendo las piernas. And then otra pierna arriba. Take the other leg up. Good, now the legs to the left. Piernas a la izquierda. Vista a la derecha. So your gaze to the right. And then from there, once again, just lifting the two legs. Let's unhook. Let the knees open. And now let the feet open away from the pelvis. A few breaths. Move the breath. Vamos a mover la respiración muy profundo en el cuerpo. So you'll move the breath down deep in the body. Fill yourself totalmente con aire and relax. Now from here, you can wiggle fingers and toes, meneamos, dedos de la mano, dedos del pie. Hacemos círculos, making circles with your muñecas and your tobillos. Estiramos arriba, stretching up, long through the body. And then vamos a abrazar o hug knees sobre el pecho. Giramos la derecha, turn to the right or whichever side, and then we'll bring ourselves up into a seated position con las palmas juntas. With your palms together, doblando la cabeza, bowing the head, cerrando los ojos, closing the eyes.
Tu práctica es un regalo. Muchas gracias. Disfruta el día. Namaste.